Hello everybody. We are just about to go onto youtube.com and make sure that everything is going just dandy. I have a feeling that possibly, hello everybody. We are just about to... Okay, alright, I'm gonna turn the game down real quick. Just so that just so that you guys can hear me, because I know I was watching over my last stream, and part of the issue I was having was just that, like, my voice, in comparison to the things that were going on, was a lot lower. But welcome everybody to the January 6th Memorial stream. God bless all our fallen heroes and veterans. And today, to commemorate them, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little gaming, because I can think of nothing that these people would want more, the fallen victims of January 6th, than for me to play some, like, I don't know, like Halo 4 or something. I wanted to play through Halo 4 anyway. One, because I haven't done it in a while. Two, because, you know, and two, because I had some ideas of something that might be interesting to do at a future date. Basically, I was debating to myself whether I wanted to create a review of the Halo Infinite campaign for one, which you know, maybe I may or may not do. The thing about the Halo Infinite campaign for me, the thing about that experience is that I disliked making that multiplayer video so much that I very much doubt that, like, you know, it would just be, like, good for my health or good for, like, my enjoyment of living to fucking talk about a game that I really didn't like for about 12 hours or however long, you know, that, you know, I don't know how long it would take to make the review, but, like, 12 hours minimum editing time, you know, if I was lazy with it. So probably not something I'm gonna do. Just gonna check the latency. That I very much doubt that, like, you know, it would just be good for my health. Okay, I see. I'm just gonna turn down my mic volume a bit because I'm noticing there's a lot of static. I don't know how long it would take to make the review, but, like, 12 hours minimum editing time. You know, hopefully that's alright. So probably not something I'm gonna do. Just gonna check the latency. Okay. Alright, cool stuff. Alright, we'll start the Halo 4 campaign. Just get a bit of this done.
Tell me about the children. Dr. Halsey.
You already know everything.
You kidnapped them.
Children's minds are more easily accepting of indoctrination. Their bodies more adaptable to augmentation. The result was the ultimate soldier. And because of our success, when the Covenant invaded, we were ready.
Dr. Halsey, you're bending history for your own favor, and you know it. You developed the Spartans to crush human rebellion, not to fight the Covenant.
When one human world after another fell, when my Spartans were all that stood between humanity and extinction, nobody was concerned about why they were originally built.
So you feel in the end your choices were justified?
My work saved the human race.
Do you think the Spartans' lack of basic humanity helped?
What are you after? The others before you were naval intelligence, but you're Here's something else.
Records show Spartans routinely exhibited mildly sociopathic tendencies, difficulty with socialization,
The
verbalization.
records show efficient behavior operating in hazardous situations. I supplied the tools to maintain that efficiency.
Do you believe the Master Chief succeeded because he was, at his core, broken?
What does John have to do with this? You want to replace him?
The Master Chief is dead.
His file reads missing in action.
Catherine. Spartans never die.
Your mistake is seeing Spartans as military hardware. My Spartans are humanity's next step. Our destiny as a species. Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
Alright, epic stuff. That has really no bearing to the rest of the story whatsoever, to be honest. I mean, I'm not against those plot points being brought up, and I'm also not against that cutscene, because I think it's a pretty cool cutscene. It just makes no real sense to place that at the start of this story, because this story has very little to do with those events, apart from, like, thematically. And then, of course, Halo 5 came along, and Halo Infinite, and very, very not expanded upon at all. It just makes an odd choice for the start of this trilogy, I guess.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
Slightly better opening, right? Like, compared to what happens in the rest of the story.
You've been out for a while.
Where are we?
We're still adrift on the dome.
Why did you wake me?
Hang on.
Oh.
The immune system's online now.
Is that really what is?
I rewrote your firmware while you were out.
You've been busy.
Activating the fixed gravity generator. Please look up.
Okay.
The manual release.
Seems like old times.
Yep, take a
Get back to work.
nice look at that, ladies and gentlemen, because it all goes downhill from here in terms of the Cortana model. You know, it all goes downhill. You know, she becomes a,
Boarding us is the observation deck, 4 floors up.
Could it be a rescue?
I don't know, like a child after a while.
Wouldn't bet on it.
Here's a little secret Easter egg, which I'm not going to do. I've actually just came to play this just in general, as I said. See, because it has the sprint feature, I'm sort of used to like the Halo 5 and Halo Infinite implementation, where I can press this button to slide, and I'm torn on that because I feel. First of all, I should say, actually, I am sprinting around in this game, and I don't know if it's just like the current position that I'm in, but I feel like it's a lot more weighty. Like I'm enjoying. This feels more satisfying than it does in Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, for instance. And also, at the moment, it don't look too bad. Like, using the assault rifle. Like, the assault rifle and pistol look pretty good as well. You know, it's at this stage of the game, I guess, when you sort of... These first impressions, I'm looking about this room, and while there's a lot of, like, 343 Industries hallmarks, for instance, you know, all of the extra bits of UI that don't necessarily need to be there, I don't think I really have too much of an issue with how this looks, at least this part in comparison to the other games. And you know, also this being binoculars and whatever is also quite nice. Although I'm not sure what this range and elevation means, because it doesn't. The value is constantly 0 no matter what. Range, elevation, 0. Is this because like? No, I don't know. Although of course that does sound like AIDS. So we will be turning that down real quick. Alright. Does this do anything though? Like, can I review gravity controls? Okay. This is kind of cool. I didn't even know this was a feature, actually. Oh. Okay, that's, okay. That's another thing Halo 4 introduced in every game afterward, has done quite a bit, like this, like the animations that Master Chief performs. Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool. Actually, I suppose I haven't really ever spent too much time analysing the atmosphere in this level, but I am kind of liking it. The rest of the games, like, they feel so empty after this. But, like, in this one, you know, it's telling me there's intruders, I can, like, fucking review the gravity. Gravity controls online. Thanks. Thanks, I wouldn't have worked that out. I wouldn't have worked that out if that wasn't for you. Thank you very much. What a useless feature. Surely that is self-evident by unless you're like blind or deaf and dumb or something. But yeah, no, I'm kind of liking all like the static if I walk to like different parts of the ship and getting like different ambient noise.
What's up, motherfuckers? We're streaming out here, yeah?
Jesus, man, you know,
sorry,
don't like.
Streaming, I wanted to... I'm very sorry about barging in your room.
No, it's alright, dude. It's alright. Lost my train of thought a bit there, though. Okay, apparently we have 3 viewers. Thank you for the 3 viewers. Alright, we're gonna continue this then.
How long was I out?
4 years, 7 months, 10 days.
Somebody should have found us by now. What's that?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
How close are we to the observation deck?
It's directly above us.
I suppose most of the time when I play through like Halo 4's campaign as well, like and I've only stopped doing this recently as I've like sort of developed into like a less like twitchy, needs to be going at maximum efficiency, pressing all the buttons sort of person. But it is just a very well, I don't know, it's a very well like sort of like designed and thought about game when you take your time with it. It's just it implements a lot of features like this which just really don't force you to appreciate some of the stuff that's going on.
The elevator doors look sealed tight.
Ah, yes. Here we go.
Chief, be careful.
This is objectively awful, though.
Because some areas might have lost pressure.
I suppose it's important to recall the context of the time. What games were coming out at this time? Was this like Black Ops 2 like sort of era? Yes, it was definitely Black Ops 2, and I have a feeling that these QuickTime events
Deteriorated so badly.
sorry, I just cannot think while this is going on. And here we are introduced to our first enemy.
I thought we had a truce with the Covenant.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
Oh, where did these come from? Okay, all right, that's interesting. I suppose these have just like materialized out of nowhere. Ah. I didn't consider this until now, but like this game does literally start and end, at least in far as enemy encounters are concerned, with a QuickTime event.
That's the last of them. Find the override for the blast shield so we can see what we're up against.
The good news is these Covenant aren't outfitted like standard military. It's possible we just came across a rogue salvage ship. Or we might have stumbled into an entire Covenant fleet.
One of
They haven't recognized us.
That's
Okay.
one possibility. Landing craft flanking us.
This part is pretty funny. There's also something you can do here. There's something you can do here which I have yet to ever do. You can somehow reverse like the gravitational flow of this area. Although I don't know how to do it, but I know 100% it is possible to do this. Perhaps I am just retarded though. Perhaps I will be able to figure it out. Okay, that's a little embarrassing that I can sort of just... I mean, I'm not even really trying right now. Okay, now I'm gonna die, now that I've made fun of the AI. I am going to get my comeuppance. Oh, okay, 2 seconds actually. Look at this plasma pistol design. I don't mind this actually. This plasma pistol design I think looks pretty good. Maybe blasphemy. Might be the incorrect internet opinion as a true Halo fan. However, you know, I don't mind it. I don't know, I feel like this game looks a lot better than the last time I looked at it. It's possibly just this level though. And also we haven't introduced like elements like the BR, which looks like someone who has just taken a massive dump in my eye holes, in my eye sockets. The AI is awful though. Halo's always had pretty good AI, and this one it really started to go downhill, which is such a shame, especially in comparison to the game that came before, which was Reach.
We've got a cruiser on an intercept course. Head for the elevator banks.
Didn't the ship sensors say we still have weapon systems on board?
Yes, but since the ship was torn in half, we can't access the weapon stations. We'll have to fire them manually from the outer hull.
I've always kind of wondered to myself with this game, like, if there was a technical sort of reason that it is so much. It's very easy to say like 343 bad, and to some you know, I guess I have been guilty of that, and to some extent these days I legitimately do believe it. Like, I think they're just kind of a shitty company. However, I wonder if there's like any legitimate technical reasons that this game like performs so much that this game is so much like more technically unimpressive than a game like Reach. You know, like the arenas are a lot smaller, the AI is less advanced. I'm sure there's less enemies on the screen at a time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but obviously I guess they lack like the I don't know if it is a level design problem. Obviously the levels are a lot more linear, but so are the levels of Halo 2, and the encounters in that do feel quite good. This sounds awful though. I don't even know what this sounds like. I'm trying to work it out. What is that? Like a... maybe like a silenced SMG?
That cruiser's shields are down. Assuming they don't raise them, that missile's gonna be one heck of a surprise.
I could possibly be incorrect, but like one of the many issues I have about this game, but one of the main ones is just that like oh yeah, that line's hilarious as well. The Covenant seem more fanatical than the others, which is just something that is like objectively like a really terrible example of exposition. But like one of my main issues with the Covenant in this one is their inclusion. While like if you've read the books or like have any knowledge of the expanded universe, their inclusion like is explained, as in like, okay, well, they're like an offshoot, like a terrorist organization or whatever. Like it is still never actually given. There is still no reason ever given in the game itself as to why you are fighting the Covenant again, especially because the last 3 games had been dedicated to destroying them. Also, what the fuck do you mean these Covenants seem more fanatical than the other ones? The other ones tried to wipe out the entire galaxy for their religion. Like, what have these guys done? Oh, I guess they've shot me in a space station. Okay. I'm wondering if I'm on possibly too low a difficulty, but this is heroic. I guess I'm just such a pro gamer. I'm such a pro gamer that it doesn't matter, you know? I say that and then immediately sort of miss. I can't lie though. I do have a soft spot for Halo 4. I do have a lot of fun with Halo 4. Despite the shortcomings, I think that's again, I can kind of appreciate what they were going for. I can appreciate the artistry, especially in comparison to something like Halo Infinite and Halo 5, which are just such soulless products. Maybe I should play Halo Infinite on stream. Maybe I would enjoy that experience. I mean,
The auxiliary
obviously
launch
not.
station should be to your left,
But
out
yeah.
of the airlocks. You'll have to prime the launch for ignition. It's nothing. Just get to the launch station.
Ah, here we go. Okay. No. I was gonna like possibly defend it. I was gonna possibly defend it and that, like, oh, it's not that bad, but it's pretty like bad. Although they've done a great job at making this look a lot better on on MCC. I'm sure. I mean, it's possibly that it's in like 60 FPS. At least I think it is. I'm not sure. I'm not one of these gamers who has their FPS counters on the side of their computer screen at all times.
Chief, you need to find the missile control.
Okay, this guy. Can you? No. Thank you very much. Oh, hello. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the stream. You probably, I mean, look, I guess I'm not gonna complain about you boosting me in the YouTube algorithms, but however, as someone who has not played Halo before, this is the fourth one. You know, it's possible that this might ruin your experiences with the rest of the game a little bit, because it is kind of a story spoiler. That being said, you probably shouldn't play any of them past 3 anyway, and maybe just ignore the fact this exists. So I suppose I'll just like not spoil the rest of them at all, or try not to. Although that will be somewhat difficult, because the purpose of this stream is to sort of like analyze this game a bit. Just because I thought that would be interesting for myself. Something I've also been doing is I've also been in my some of the free time that I have that isn't dedicated to like the million fucking other like hobbies I try to balance unsuccessfully, it probably should be mentioned. What I am attempting to do is I'm attempting to like rewrite the Halo 4 story. God, look at that. It's so phallic in this one. It's got like a slightly upturned nose. I do like the Needler though.
There's the launch station.
Yeah, okay.
Launch initiated. Hey, the blast door's jammed. The missile won't fire until it's cleared.
Wait,
Get down there.
wait a minute though. Missile launch control. But why would the missile launch control be here? Why would this exist here? This is exposed to the vacuum of space. maybe it wasn't originally. I'm not sure. Like, has this been ripped off or something? Because obviously this is like the outside portion. Because it's missiles. Like you don't normally keep missiles. The missile like launch inside the ship. Do people have to go out in a spacesuit and like go to the controls every time they want to fire something? I mean, no wonder the UNSC was losing this war, you know, if this is how the ships were designed. Okay. Stop. I'll stop being a bitch, because you can kind of cheese the AI that way anyway. Oh, sorry, I have farted in my bedroom, so. I'd be interested if anyone in the I don't actually know if there is anyone in the chat right now, because every time I want to do it I've got to like go up to my phone and like enter my password, and then hello Glitchmaster 7. Hannah says hi. Hello Hannah, you know. I'm gonna play all of them on from the collection. I know I said that you should probably like ignore these ones, any of the ones made by 343. However, like Halo 4 does have some like redeeming qualities in that it's got a beautiful story. I kind of enjoy the gameplay. I think the gameplay is satisfying. It's just again got like this it's got the problem of just being like so vastly different to what came before. You know, you play a game like Halo 3, which is extremely sandbox driven, tons of fun, like an amazing grand epic story, and obviously a different art style and everything else. Much more of an emphasis on freedom, and it's impossible not to think that this one is a bit of a downgrade, just technically. However, this one does, you know, it does grapple with more complex ideas possibly than there were in the original trilogy, which because of that, because it sorry, I guess I'll finish what I'm saying after this cutscene.
So now can we worry about the giant metal planet?
Okay, as I was saying,
Use the gravity well to pull us inside the surface. We've got to hurry. The second we cross the dome's event horizon, its atmosphere is going to tear us apart.
second we cross the dome's event horizon, we dematerialize and go into the fourth dimension, is what happens there. Look at this one. Look at that. Look at it. Bam. Gone. Gone. That's what happens. If we enter this area, the game will end, you know? Like, we'll not be able to play anymore. Master Chief will disintegrate into the Promethean particles. No, but this game, you know, it's a technical downgrade from Halo 3, technical downgrade from Halo Reach. However, you know, it's got a kind of a complex story. Cortana's hot. You know, that's a big thing, legitimately, because she's a major focus in this story. Her being attractive, her setting off like male neurons is sort of, ooh, okay, it's an appeal. Just saying. And as a honey pop enjoyer, I imagine you will find some pleasure to be had from that. Hello, Russian name. Sorry, I can't actually pronounce Russian. I dated an Eastern European girl for a bit. But, by the way, if the game's like too loud or anything and you can't hear me, just tell me. I should definitely stream more often. I didn't mean for this to occur, but it's actually been exactly 7 days since I did my last stream. It feels longer, to be honest, but this is sort of a happy coincidence that I'm streaming again today. And every time I kind of do it, I realize I do just enjoy talking to myself quite a bit.
We're almost there.
Same about this guy, you know. You can, like, assassinate him. He just dies. I'm not exactly sure, like, what is got these guys, like, possibly maybe, like, ran into, like, some sort of, like, vent or something. It just feels cruel. It just feels, oh. Well, now I don't have the option. I wanted to kill him, you know. Why does it do this? Like, you saw, I don't know if any of you guys saw this before, but when I encountered the first enemy on the game, like one of these doors after that event was done just spawned behind me.
Hold on. We're caught in the gravity well.
Track the escape pod.
Negative. Look out.
And there's our cold open. Cut to title. That's a really cool shot. Holy shit. Okay, I legitimately was impressed there. I forgot about that. I mean, I probably didn't even take note of it before, but yeah, that was really cool. Although, for a giant ship falling out of orbit, I suppose there wasn't exactly too many pieces to it.
Where are we?
Checking coordinate impact data.
We have asked you to give up your family, your childhood, your future.
Cortana.
I'm sorry. It's the crash. I'm fine.
Something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief, really, I'm fine.
Women be like,
Cortana.
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
pretty voluptuous for 8 years old.
Chapter 7, Chief.
Halsey.
Chief.
We need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
We need to move. Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Oh man. Man, you know, some of this game is like kind of breathtaking though. Like this looks amazing. I don't know if this is like an MCC upgrade or something. This game obviously looks a lot better than it did the last time I played it, to me at least, but man, just some of this shit that's going on. You know? I can even kind of get away with the Elite art style in this game as well. I've never thought about this before, but what is it? What is an audio log from Catherine Halsey about the creation of Cortana doing on the Forward Unto Dawn? I don't think that these you know, it's a pretty like big universe, you know, like I don't think that device would be there, to be honest. Especially because, as just established, she was created 8 years ago, and I don't think the Forward Unto Dawn was ever of any relevance until like Halo 3. So whatever, I guess. There's also more cool epic Easter eggs you can find around here. Yeah, like this.
What is that? Chief, see if that terminal is still active.
Okay. Did it do anything? I already heard that. What do you mean? Okay, sorry, I've just gotta like I don't want to miss anything.
Better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Okay, right, yeah. I wanna see this bit again because I have a feeling. Sorry, 2 seconds. Let me just kill this person on the floor. I just got an achievement for that. Eagle-eyed. I see a person dying on the floor. So you know, like someone that needs my help. Eagle-eyed. Bam! Right to the head. You know. He could be a threat. He's crawling on the floor in a suspicious manner. Could be a threat. Bam! Bam! Straight through the cranium. Efficient. Super soldier. Okay, I'm lost. There was a... Was it this? Yes. Okay.
What is that? Chief, see if that terminal is still active.
Alright, cool. Hold to examine Covenant device.
The Covenant have been
Okay,
broadcasting
there we go.
from an equidistant orbit every 30 minutes for the last 3 years.
They've been waiting outside the planet for 3 years.
Apparently, they couldn't get in.
Oh, okay. I guess that's some pretty cool context that is, I guess that's some pretty cool context that's, you know, locked behind a glitched device. Because I am 99% sure most of the time that I use this, I do not hear that line of dialogue. I do have some, like, vague recollection of it, but every time I've played through this game, I mostly recall that not working. Or at least I think I seem to. It's hard, because it's been a while since I played through this game, it's hard to know what are, like, fake and made-up memories. Because I did, like, explore this game to death a few years back. I just don't really recall too much. This bit has always been impressive to me, this upcoming bit, though.
transmission on the Highland.
Covenant?
The what?
I don't think so. The pattern's different. I'll try to triangulate its position.
Bit of a frame rate drop there. Yeah. I feel kind of... No, it's still very impressive. I remember coming across this, like, on Christmas in, like, 2012, like, this exact shot. I fucking stood here for... I don't even know how long. I think it was about literally 5 minutes with the music blaring, and, like, just the sight is so impressive, honestly. I mean, I still have no fucking clue what it does, which is probably a good thing, you know, but it's still a very wow sight. I want to take this in a bit, actually. I hope the stream latency or whatever isn't like you know, getting rid of any of the quality of that. Ah, hello, hello, Sir Percy Blakeney. Hey James, do you have any New Year's resolutions? Yeah, I don't think I have any like specific New Year's resolutions. I kind of don't operate like that. I guess I'm.
Still in one piece.
I
Nice
guess.
to see your luck is holding out.
I guess I just view like just because of how like my brain seems to work and like what I understand about myself, I tend to find that if I, you know, like try and like structure my life and something goes wrong, it'd be kind of disheartening if I put, you know, all of my self-improvement on one date and then maybe I had like a lapse or something. Like at that point, because you've like put so much importance onto this one date, when you make sort of one mistake and this date comes around once a year, it feels like that would be more devastating than just generally trying to improve.
I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up, it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampancy.
How?
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue, a clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions. But that means getting back to Halsey soon.
I hate this thing. This thing is disgusting. This is awful to drive. I prefer it to Halo Infinite's. Like, at least it doesn't zoom. But what is that noise? Can you imagine if you drove in a car and it made this noise? And you're like going on a road trip and it does this for like hours. You're in a fight, you're in a battle, there's like gunshots going off, you're hearing this all the time. You know, the plasma, fucking all your friends are dying, and all the while this is blaring in your ears. This here. This is what I listened to on Christmas of 2012, you know. No wonder I have like autism. Like this is enough. Like if you expose like a child to this noise for a number of hours, it would just give them brain damage, I think.
That strange signal again. Stronger this time.
It's that strange signal, this noise.
I'm curious.
Okay, sure.
His behavior is odd.
Okay, we're getting out of the warthog. Halo 4, how embarrassing. Look, we're having fun with Halo 4 right now. We're having a good time. We've been complimenting the game mostly, apart from I guess the warthog. Ooh. This is cool. Colors are a little bit sickly. It feels more like a
Hostiles!
Why did it sound so close? He's all the way over there. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Feels more like a abstract art compared to the rest, which is semi-realistic. I suppose that this objectively doesn't look great. I guess I'll say this again because I'll probably do better if I have the warthog here. kind of like this. I think they dropped this in the rest of the Halos, but having the radar, like, I don't know if you saw on the radar there, but it showed the ghost instead of just a red dot. 2 seconds, I'm gonna get my I don't know, my like tumor causing machine. So when are you finishing the game of the year? It Takes Two. I don't know. I guess it's gonna depend on my useless partner. I guess it's gonna depend on a man whose word means nothing. That's what it's gonna depend on. Right now I'm streaming by myself because it's not a hard thing to do. All I have to do is press a button. So it's not all that difficult for me to like just set up a stream whenever I want, you know. So whenever he gets around to it, I guess, to answer your question. This is a shame though. The animation here, it's a bit wimpy compared to like the grav lift from Halo 3. That's what I was saying before though. Like I said, I suppose I don't know if too many people are around to hear it, but I'd be interested in knowing what the reasons are for some of the downgrades of this game compared to something like Halo Reach. Because if you look at Halo Reach, while I understand that like the technology, like they did a lot of like tricks, like you know, like cool little tricks to make things look better, you know. But if you compare like some of the textures, some of like the flatness of the grass here, or whatever in this game, it looks so much worse compared to a game that came out years before. And I'm not exactly sure if there's a technical reason behind that or not. I'm not exactly sure, like, because I suppose in some ways, like, it's possible that this game was more ambitious than its predecessors. I wouldn't be surprised if technically, like, it's a more proficient game. It just doesn't show it during certain sections. It's also worth noting that this is a port of the original 360 version, though. That is such a horrible noise. Listen to that all the time. Okay, no, I can't do it. I can't do that. It's too much. It's too much on my ears. Sorry, 2 seconds. We'll deal with that guy in a bit. I've just become sort of like addicted to the idea of looking at the Twitch chat. Sorry, no, the YouTube streaming chat. It's kind of cool to see like everyone saying things while I'm playing. Trogmog, famous Twitch streamer. I haven't played 4 since this came out, but I remember hating the level design. Yeah, the level design hasn't been this bad since 2. But, you know, I'd say I'd rather play this than 2, as like maybe as cringe or as embarrassing as that is to admit. I think I've always had like a weird relationship with Halo 2, in that what I did, and this was like really stupid of me. So like my first ever Halo game was Halo Combat Evolved, and I remember getting that before I got the Xbox 360, and I think I might have been about, let me think, I think I got my 360 when I was 11, so I might have been like 10 or 9 when I got Combat Evolved. That feels a little bit too, 9 feels a little bit too young, so maybe 10. I just remember like, anyway, I played through,
If we're going to hijack a ship from this Covenant, we're going to have to find where they're landing first.
I played through, okay.
You could always ask Nestle.
Or you could
It's not my strong suit.
I would like to ask you to be quiet, because I'm trying to talk right now, you know? I'm trying to talk about Halo. So I got Combat Evolved for the original Xbox, and my friend gave it to me. You know, my friend, you know, God bless him, I guess. Although he didn't have an original Xbox himself, so I guess it wasn't an act of pure altruism. However, it was my first Halo game, and I remember falling the fuck in love with it, because man, that game is so good. Halo 1 is one of the best games of all time. I love it so fucking much. I even think it's what stuff that people cite as flaws I enjoy in Halo 1. So a lot of people like dislike the fact that Halo 1 has repeated level design. So if you get to like the later portions of the game, what you'll notice is that they're the same maps as previous portions of the game, but you know, new enemies and new like environments and stuff. I like that. I think that's like really cool. I think and if you'll allow me this pretentious moment, I think it is in theme with the title, Halo, which is a circle. You know, Halo is a circle, so it would make sense that at the halfway point you would loop back on yourself, you know. But that's just me. You know, that's just that was cool. Anyway, I got Halo 2 after Halo 1, obviously, and my stepdad was kind of weird about it. So for one, he was like kind of like, he didn't like the fact that I was like not 16 and I was getting a game with a 16 rating. But my mum, you know, so what I had to do is I had to like show the game to my mum and like make sure that it was alright. And you know, it was Halo Combat Evolved. Like it's not going to be like gratuitously violent or anything. So obviously I was allowed to get Halo 2, but because he didn't get his own way, and he's always been this type of person, he's always been like a little bit petty, frankly. What he did is he was like, okay, well you can get this game, but the day it arrives, what you're going to do is you're going to like wait to play it. You're not going to be able to play this game the day that you get it. You're going to wait 24 hours before you're allowed to open it. And really this was just like a weird power thing. Like, I you know, if I asked him today to explain his reasons for doing that, I suppose like he'd probably like post hoc come up with something, but just knowing the guy, almost definitely just a weird power trip thing. Anyway, what I did though, because I was like a stupid kid, and I was so fucking excited to play Halo 2, you know, this game I had like the box of right in front of me. He was keeping the disc, so I couldn't play it, but I had the box. And I was reading through the manual and stuff, and I had like my little dopamine tablet, you know, as in like YouTube in front of me, and I was like, okay, I'm so excited to play Halo 2. What I'll do is I'll just watch like the first level of Halo 2, like a let's play of that, and I did. And then because I was 9 or whatever or however old I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch the second level. I guess I'll watch the third level. I watched through the entire fucking campaign of this game before I played it, like the day before I played it, which was so stupid. But you know, I mean, what am I gonna do, right? Like, I can't go back in time and change things. I even knew it was stupid like the day I was playing it. I was like, that was such a silly thing to do, but I guess I was excited, and you know, my stepdad was being weird, so whatever, I guess. But I've always because of that, possibly because of that, and also because like I just don't necessarily enjoy the level design. I've always had a bit of a mixed relationship with Halo 2, I guess. There's my rant over. At least 2 is more memorable than I thought. At least 2 is more memorable. I thought playing as the Arbiter was nuts. Nuts as in like good nuts or bad nuts? Tell me what sort of nuts you're referring to. Are you referring to peanuts, which I am allergic to, of course, and every member of the Band of Dragon family, the Band of Dragon fan base should know this? Or are you referring to like good, nice pair of healthy, meaty testicles, which is good not because I'm gay, but you know, it's good because you know, it's good as a man to have a functioning pair of testicles, you know, not gay guys, you know. Sorry. This just happens when I talk to myself for like prolonged periods of time. Just words. But that's why I was saying I should stream more often. Fuck this guy, man. Fuck this guy with his frickin' energy sword. What's going on? A lot of people, what I learned, and I always thought this was kind of strange. I do get it, especially from the reaction that Halo 5 got with Spartan Locke. but like a lot of people really hated the Arbiter when Halo 2 came out. Apparently, like a lot of people really was like, man, what's going on? Why am I playing as this alien? You know, which is why they sort of like cut him down in Halo 3, which was probably a good move in terms of like fan love of the character, because you know, it's probably, you know what they say, apparently, you know what they say, and then he doesn't know what they say. What is it that they say? Distance makes the heart grow fonder, or something along those lines. Some Halo 4 AI for you.
That elite dropped his camo module. Let's have a look.
Okay.
I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
Yeah, this thing. I think you, like, how slow do you actually have to be moving for this thing to even be useful?
Here's that phantom signal.
I heard something that time.
I had a little alien hand and I was holding a gun with 3 fingers. Very cool. I agree with that. I agree with that take. But the Arbiter, I understand. I think I also understand why the Arbiter was disliked after Halo 2. Partly just began because
I wondered when they'd show up.
they have no relevance in this game whatsoever. But the Arbiter levels in Halo 2 are some of the weaker ones, you know. Like, let me think. What's that first level? That like mining colony level where you're fighting the heretic? There is one cool thing about that, and that is obviously like the new like design of the aliens that you're fighting, which is a cool novelty, which I wish they played more around with,
Console in the back.
but seem not to. Halo, actually, I'm thinking back on Halo 2, and I'm thinking about some of the concepts that it brought in, and I guess, and now that I think about it, it did introduce like a lot of cool stuff that was never picked up again on any of the other Halos. So for one, I guess playing as the enemies, so like playing as the Arbiters, which is the most obvious thing, but also in terms of the Sentinels, like it had like the natural evolution of these things, and like you had like the big fucking Sentinels that you could fight. You know, the heretic aliens that you fight also. Lots of different factions are introduced. It's a shame that this stuff was never really expanded upon, especially in Halo Infinite.
In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
Let's see if it can tell us what the Covenant are so interested in. Huh.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up. I'm detecting power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you. Hopefully we can find some way to get this cartographer back online.
One of the other things that I just find kind of odd about Halo 4 from like story design, so that Halo 4 does one thing extremely well in terms of story, and that is the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana, which I suppose is the focus of the story. However, it is also like a sequel to like Halo 3. So, you know, like the fact that the Covenant's reemergence is never explained is something I talked about before, and is obviously massively strange considering the conclusion of the previous, like the last 3 games was, you know, beating these guys, and that's back and is never explained. But also the world that you're on is never explained. It's never explained what a shield world is. I suppose you can sort of intuit, like, okay, a shield world, you know, what other Forerunner, like, superstructures do we know about? I suppose we know about the Halo Array. You know, they shoot something.
What's it doing?
It's alright. This energy is actually a ferroelectric data field. Your shields are just cycling in response to the chamber's charge.
Will this bring the cartographer back online?
Partially. This type of processing system usually works in parallel. We'll have to locate its twin.
Okay, do the same thing twice, which is a staple of Halo 4's level design.
The Covenant. They found a way inside.
Thank you. I'm so glad I have humanity's most advanced AI, the most advanced AI ever conceived of, to give me information like the people that you are shooting at have just arrived. The people that you are currently firing at. I don't know though, Trogmog. Like, in some ways, I don't think areas like this are all that bad. I think the area that we were previously fighting was quite terrible, but Halo 4, in terms of what 343 has made, areas like this, I think, are pretty cool combat spaces. Although it's just a shame that, like, everything is a sniper rifle, because obviously the way that you deal with most encounters efficiently is just by, like, sitting back with one of these. But I suppose that's been a problem in every Halo, with the exception of 3 and 1. So, no, I can't even justify it. It was a massive issue in Reach, though, with the DMR. Not as bad as in this.
Is that the same signal?
Yes. Mayday, mayday, mayday. UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please respond. No response. And from the strength of that signal, the Infinity has to be close by.
Epic
The
stuff.
cartographer should be back online. We may be able to use it to track the ship's location.
I don't know if I don't know if I missed something, but I suppose I understand why the cartographer would be the next objective, but I don't know if I, like, why are we searching for the cartographer? Is it to, like, help us escape? I thought our objective is to leave this shield world and you know, fix Cortana, so I don't really know why we're looking for a cartographer or anything. Like, surely our objective should be to, like, hijack one of their ships. Well, at least until the Infinity becomes part of the plot. But that didn't happen until just now, so... feel like I am behind slightly. Also, I have to apologize, and I should have really done this a while ago. I have to apologize about the microphone quality. It's a issue in, like, this now, my previous stream, and also the video I'll be uploading tomorrow, which should have been out about 3 days ago. James should have been out like about 3 days ago, but whatever. I seem to have, like, misplaced my microphone somewhere. I'm not really sure where.
Can't give the Covenant access to the cartographer. Clear them out.
Alright, calm down, woman, you know, like, give me a minute right now, you know, it's, they're not exactly going anywhere. I'm dealing with it. Female hysterics going on. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to see if I can get myself a hold of a new microphone, which is a little bit annoying, because I quite like the old one, but I suppose it was on its way out, and, like, I always had, like, constant issues with it, so everything must come to an end, everything, so maybe it was about time for an upgrade anyway. Okay. Alright, try not to get an embarrassing death here. Oh, nice.
That's it. Now quick, to the cartographer.
Quick. I'm checking my chat. There's been nothing said. Alright, Cortana. Now I will go to the cartographer. Stick her in.
cartographer keeps acting like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet at once.
Ah,
He doesn't want
okay.
to triangulate Infinity's signal. Hey, wait. I got it.
That can't be right. Scan again.
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside than we did.
You mean the planet's hollow?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to reach these coordinates that doesn't involve us digging a hole that we live. There's a terminus on the far side of the complex. We can portal to the planet's core from there.
What? If we have a shot at getting you back to Infinity, we're taking it.
Man. She's so fit in this one. Like, she is such a very nice, appealing looking woman in this one.
Let's get to that terminus and find Infinity.
How do I get here?
What do you know about Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left.
Okay. I kind of like this thing. I wish they kind of I do like the idea of this thing. It is a little bit underpowered in multiplayer because it doesn't block vehicles or anything. Maybe I would like that function. I'm wondering how overpowered it would be to the vehicle sandbox though.
Scouts, fortifying the bridge below. Stay sharp.
Oh. Okay. I legitimately didn't mean to do that. See, she was all like having like a big hissy fit about like the Covenant having access to the cartographer just a minute ago. We cannot let the Covenant have access to the cartographer. Like, who's gonna stop them now? Like, they could just literally just walk in after me and be like, okay, I guess I'll use the cartographer now. Unless
Scouts, fortifying the bridge below. Stay sharp.
actually, I don't know. Like some foreigner stuff can only be accessed by. Man, ammo is an issue in this game sometimes. Ooh, right, 2 second call, 2 second call. Oh, okay, there's a weapon cache. I might be dead by this grunt. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, that was kind of embarrassing. My gamer skills weren't on full display there. I hope you don't think less of me as a human being because of that display. That disgraceful display. I don't really recall where this level finishes, but perhaps, I mean, depending on what time it is right now, I may finish up this stream soon, because I said I probably was only going to do it for a few hours anyway, because I have something booked at 9 o'clock, and... Oh, it's on the dot. Well, better to be fashionably late anyway, I suppose. Suppose we'll do a couple more minutes of gaming. Maybe try and get to the end of this bridge or something. Ah. Yeah, okay, we'll have a play about with a Banshee then. So I want to see how that works. I want to see if that also, like, is an affront to my eardrums' existence. But it is something designed in a 343 Halo game, so I imagine that is a bit of a mute question. here we go. Alright, friends, here we go. Ooh. That's an interesting noise. I kind of like that, actually. It's a change, but I sort of... Babble. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's not even a change. Maybe... I guess I don't have, like, the, some of the Halo sound files committed to memory. Ooh, that's nice and slow. Very weighty. Oh well. Master Chief. Alright, with that, Spartans, I think I will be drawing this stream to a close. But thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in, and I'll probably stream more often than this, because this has been